All right, our next startup comes from Greece. They're innovating on how companies can validate their food products before they're developed. Let's welcome Theodoros Sofianos, co-founder and CEO of Digital Bytes.
Hello, I'm Theo. It's easier, I guess. And I'm developing, together with my team, a way to launch better products in a better way and validate them before you have to build them. But how did this all start? So I actually started here at Wageningen University and eventually worked in a consumer research job. And within R&D, actually, 90% of the products we were developing failed 6 months after they were launched. They were delisted. And okay, to be honest, I thought that maybe I'm bad at my job or that the company is bad at what it does. But actually talking to many companies out there and hundreds of professionals, this is actually the industry standard now. 90% of products should fail regardless of the millions or billions of money that go into consumer research and product research and the months of labor. And I thought to myself that how can this happen in the first place? So on the one hand, consumers can only experience products if they are launched with current methodologies and current research methodologies around consumers. And this creates this brick wall that consumers cannot really interact or give their opinions about new products unless they're launched, which creates a lot of risk. So what we thought about doing is kind of recreating the entire shopping experience or any scenario in virtual reality in the metaverse, and then bring real consumers, immerse them in these scenarios, and measure their behavior there. In this way, we develop a very realistic methodology that is very fast to design, iterate, and simulate different scenarios. It can be accessed to anybody having a VR device at home or in a remote location, and get this smart AI analytics as a result and implement them in real time. All this happens using 90% less time and resources. So the impact that we do is that we can bring let's say the time from idea to market up to 100x better by 2026. And a bit more about the case we've developed. So we can do product testing, idea testing with our technology. You can also optimize packaging designs, claims, anything, or even predict the performance of new products before, again, you have to build them in the retail self. Behind that, and this is my last slide, is a very good team with experience in VR development, analytics, and the food industry. And we are now about to raise early next year. So if anybody wants to talk about the pre-seed round, I'll be available in drinks. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Any questions for Theodoros? Otherwise, I see there is a question in the back.
Thank you so much for the presentation. I don't know, maybe you can elaborate a bit more about your customers, or your ideal customer, the one you're really aiming at?
Yeah, for sure. So what we're building can have these different applications, right? So on the one hand, we're focusing on food brands that kind of innovate a lot. They have many products that they want to test and validate before they get to the market. So it makes a lot of sense for them to be more agile. So we can definitely work with these people. Also, consumer researchers, on the other hand, we don't see current consumer research as kind of a direct competitor, but more as an accelerator for our growth as well. So we can help them do better research with our methodology. They can integrate it within their research protocols and clienteles very seamlessly.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I see we have a question from the online audience.
Do you have any customers or traction already?
Yeah, even though we're a fairly new startup, so about more than a year old, we've already done a couple of pilots, and we're now in talks with a few companies to develop our paid pilot studies. And we're also looking for collaboration, so if you happen to know anyone that might be interested for what we do, or you yourself, feel free to reach out.
Who would be the best collaborators at this moment for you?
Well, probably some people that are kind of tech savvy, which is sometimes hard to find in food from experience, right? But that are kind of willing to test a new technology and kind of also reap the benefits of having this kind of disruptive innovation in their consumer research, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Theo, for the. We have another question.
Yeah, let's.
I can do it first.
Yes.
Last question, I hope. I think it's a very smart idea, maybe too smart, because there's a lot of money involved. So I wonder, how easy is it for companies like Coca-Cola and others to replicate your idea?
Oh, well, I could talk about maybe for hours about this, so maybe we can catch up later on the drinks. But I'd say it's hard to find the right people to talk to. I think this is also what we're learning a lot. But we've seen that within, certain brands, we have found the innovators. So there are these open innovation people or some consumer researchers that are pissed off with current technologies. And, well, we want to build up this kind of emotions and use our technology as a way to, do better job at that. Yeah.
Any other questions? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
See another question. Lots of questions today.
Hi. Why did you choose the food industry?
Yeah, we get that, yeah. We get this question a lot. So I'd say it's two reasons. So on the one hand, our team has worked in the food industry before, so we know kind of how it works. The MPD development, data analytics around sensory data, for example, and stuff. Secondly, I'd say there's a lot of waste. So these 90% of products that fail, you can imagine like these big piles of products that have to be destroyed, have to go back to the facilities that were produced, or stay in the shelf after they're expired. So I'd say it's an industry with a big issue that we can help resolve right away, but what we're building can be replicated across any product or any physical product essentially, or even space, let's say. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think it's time to move
Yeah.
on. Thank
Thank
you
you so
Theodore,
much.
for us.